So if you don't know, percussion massagers are all the rage. They are basically like a jigsaw. Where is it? Like a jigsaw, but are like $400. And they have the same exact motion, they have the same exact movement. And I was looking at them and I thought, I can make that. I can make an attachment for a jigsaw for probably free. And I want one, but I'm not gonna pay $400 for it. So I'm gonna use my jigsaw and this old screwdriver, and I'm gonna make an attachment to be a percussion massager, just like the $400 ones. So my plan is basically this. Take this old thrift store screwdriver that you can see the tang only comes down to about right here. Cut it, use this as the end, and then drill it out in a line in order to fit over my jigsaw blade. Then I'll put a screw through it to make sure it doesn't come off, and we'll be good to go. So I thought about using several different things. A golf ball came to mind. The problem with a golf ball is that it's kind of soft, and I would hate for that blade to go through the golf ball. I'm gonna dull the end of it, and I'm gonna take my file and file this flat and then get all the teeth off as well. But I'd rather use something that was like resin, because I know this is hard and I know that my blade is not gonna mess it up. So I just throw this in the vise. I don't have a hacksaw, so I'm just gonna use my Ryobi saw. Is this a Ryobi saw? Can't remember. I think this is called a Ryobi saw. It'll cut through it, no problem. And just saw right through that bad boy. And that's all there is to it. There it is. That is my massage end right there. You can find a screwdriver like this any thrift store. They're cheap, like $1. Bonus, the screwdriver is still usable. In fact, now it's like a compact screwdriver. Perfect. Throw it back in the bin. So the plan, once again, is just to simply make a perfect slot in the end of this knob that the jigsaw blade will fit into. Then I'll secure it with a screw that goes all the way through it, through one of these little slots here, and put some super glue in there, and we'll be good to go, in theory. So let's try it out.
Just gonna mark the center line right there, and then I'm going to take a blade and use it to measure how wide I need to drill. So that's it. You see a little eye? I'm going to drill from here to here with a drill bit, the same size as my jigsaw blade.
Alright, so now I'm just going to take jigsaw blade and find the right width of drill bit. And it looks like this one right here, it's going to be the one. I'd rather go a little smaller than necessary than a little bigger. I want to force nice tight fit. So I'm going to start and just drill this out. Okay, so I just basically used the drill bit like a router once I had the two ends established. Went back and forth and tried to clean it out. Probably need to do a little bit more. So what I want to do is I want to take this and leave the teeth on it in the beginning, so I can kind of pound it down in there and it stays, and then I'll file the rest of those teeth off of there. So let's see if I can get that down in there. I don't want to use a hammer because I don't want to bend it, so I'm going to use the handle of my file. And then kind of jacking it up there. Maybe we can file it flat first. Okay, I'm going to use a hammer. Plywood. So that's actually pretty solid. I'm not surprised, but I think I want to pull it out and try and go in a little bit deeper because it feels like I got a lot of blade left over.
So it's definitely deeper.
Let's see if we can fit it in there now. Oops. So we have the blade over halfway into the knob. Do a little bit more, see how deep I can force it in there.
Obviously, a vise makes this process significantly easier.
Okay, I think we are good. So check that out. That is essentially what we need to do here. All right, so next thing we need to do is file these teeth off. So I'll do that real quick. So that is that. Pretty good. It needs to be bent a little bit. I don't know if you can tell, but it's not straight up and down. Easily remedied. Just a little bit of pressure. So perfectly straight at this point. So here's what we're gonna do. I realize I'm out of super glue, but I have this. I think if I cut off a corner of it, I can squeeze some out into there. So that is the next thing I'm going to do. I told you I wanted to make this free, so we're keeping it free. Not even $1 on super glue. Okay, so once that dries, we're gonna put a screw through there and finish this up. I'm also gonna add a little bit of just regular old baking soda to help this have a little structure and maybe cure a little quicker. So I don't know for a fact, but I've heard that baking soda helps super glue become a little bit more structural because it adds some, maybe a crystalline type of structure within the glue and helps it bond better. I don't know. I've seen it on a video before, so I'm gonna try it. Worst case scenario, I don't think it could be hurt. So, all right, now we've got to pick the right place to drill through this thing, and I'm gonna work to drill through right here. So I go straight through the blade and come out the other side. That's the idea, at least. Already dropped it. Everything seems okay. All right. So the way I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna use a drill bit that's smaller than the threads on my screw so that the screw threads will actually grip into the knob. And then I'm going to recess the head, so countersink for the head with this bigger drill bit. And then I think we will be done. So this is the screw I'm gonna use, just a basic little screw.
So when I was doing that, I wanted to be careful not to hit the blade, because I wanted to make sure I keep the blade intact. So I use this jigsaw blade that is slotted. I mean, you could drill through the blade if you had a full one. Wouldn't be a big deal at all. Okay, quick countersink.
Head fits in there perfectly. So let's screw her in.
Got it.
Okay, that is it so far. Nothing crazy. Just a nice countersink screwed in there. So I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. The file, kind of take the hard edges off.
You learn how to climb a vice.
And that is it. So back in the jigsaw, it will go. That's it. Plug it in. It's pretty intense. That's all there is to it. Let's give it a whirl. Okay, so homemade TimTam style massager for free. I made this out of everything in my garage, and this is in action. I showed it a minute ago, so let's try it out. I hope this doesn't hurt. I would say that it works perfectly. I've used a TimTam before, and the difference is negligible. It's certainly not $400 for me. Maybe for you. I'm extremely happy. I can't wait to use this a lot more. So here's a little bit more slow-mo footage. I hope y'all learned something, can use it, can save some money with it. If you like it, share it, subscribe, comment about it, let me know, and I'll try to figure out some more things to record.